Okay, I'm pissed. I just talked for about 10 minutes explaining the reasoning for this trade, and I wasn't even recording. I ended the recording for some reason. Uh, Whatever, I misclick. I'm tired, so I just woke up. Anyways, I'm entering this trade because I'm seeing uh, high volume, high buying volume, small green bar, showing that they put a lot of effort into this trade, but they got little to no result. Where we have a short red candle showing they put a little effort into the market and they got a big result. So it seems like the sellers have entered into the market. So that's why I'm taking this chance right here. Um, Even on the 1 minute, you can see that as well. Big green candle, right? Yes, it's bigger here, but then we get that rising red volume in larger bars, showing that it's taking them less effort to move the market. Um, we got a 1 minute fair value gap. I was explaining in the other video, I was saying the way to know uh, what a strong fair value gap is by seeing that there's no wicks. As you see, like most bars, they have wicks coming up. This bar has no wick. This bar has no wick, showing that this was a strong impulse action of movement, showing that this is a strong fair value gap, right? And the way you spot fair value gap is basically just emptiness in the market. So all bars need to be all bars needs to be filled, right? So say this is a candlestick, the previous bar usually needs to fill that bar, right? Where if the bar is empty, right, and it has empty space in it, and it's not being contested, this is called a fair value gap, right? And that fair value gap most likely needs to be contested before moving. And it can either contest one or two ways. It can either come up and touch, and move down stronger, and then come back later, and then fill, or it can just uh fill right now, right? Mess around, take out the high, and then it takes out some type of liquidity sweep, and then we move down larger, right? So this is the reasoning for my trade. And the thing about fair value gaps, two things, like I said, two things that needs to happen. It needs to be filled, right? It needs to be filled one way or another, either by a strong impulse movement up, or just a little fill before making its actual move, right? So we're gonna see how that plays out. I'm putting my stop loss 20 points up. I explained that the reason for my stop loss is because I use my ATR, which is the average true range, showing how far the market goes before making its actual move. And on the 1 minute, the average is about a 6. On the 5 minute, the average is about a 14, and on the 15 minute the average is about 25, 23, right? So in my best experience and back testing, I see that the market usually goes about 16 to 26 points in like around there, right, before making its actual move. So that's why I'm answering there, and that's why I'm putting my stop loss 20 points up. As you can see here, I put it about, is it 20 points up? 15. So this is about 15 or 14, so I can bring about 5 more points up. I'll put my stop loss here. That gives me a lot of space for the market to actually come back up and move up here. I know sellers are in the market, so it gives me that I don't want to say confidence, because confidence can be masked by ego. You can have confidence, but you don't. But it's not really confidence. It's really just ego, right? I don't want to have an ego. I want to have confidence to say I want to have more of a safety net, right? I feel more secure knowing that the sellers are in the market, so I have a higher percent win rate of price moving into the other direction. So I'm not as worried, but I'm not supposed to be worried in the first place, right? It's no emotion. I trade what I see. I'm not trading because I think something is going to happen. I'm trading basically reactively, right? I'm trading with my hands. I'm not trading with my brain. I saw this, so I'm entering the market. I know buyers are in control, so I'm not looking for a huge surge of price going down, right? Which can definitely happen since we're at the top of range, and we can definitely move down, right? And play around, and it can stick something out down here. and then we can start moving up. But I'm just looking for that little move because I'm not trying to be greedy, right? Anything can happen. Buyers are still in the market. If we do crash down, I will look for the retest of that 15-minute candle, which was down here, and I'll play accordingly, right? So yeah. So this 1 minute is playing out. We are now acting on this 1 minute fair value gap. Uh, we'll come back to the next video and see what happens. I think this is my third trade for the day. I lost the first trade, right? I almost took profit, but yeah, I almost took profit, but I was asleep and it did not really hit my level. Buyers came in and reversed me. Yeah. So I want to show you why it reversed, right? This is how buyers are entering the market. This is what I'm looking for too, right? This was, if you see this, it looks very small, but this red candle on the bottom, right? This was large volume for that time, right? This is 12:46 a.m. Look how small the bar is, right? I'm not looking at the whole candle. I'm looking mostly at the bar because that's where price is respecting. The bar was very small, and then right next to it came a engulfing green candle, which is a larger green candle compared to a small buying volume, showing that it took them little to no effort to take out that seller, right? That which sellers have they put in so much effort for this, but buyers just came in with little to no effort and pushed up the market. We got a liquidity sweep at about, let me see, 3 points. About, I'll average up and say about 3 points, and buyers just stepped in there. So buyers are in the market, and this would have been a good trade if I was awake, because I would have saw that this was a bounce off of the 8 p.m. candle, right here, this 8 p.m. candle, beautiful bounce off, and then it's respecting these liquidity levels, right? So these are previous fair value gaps. It came up, retested, came up, retested, came up, retested, came up, retested, and now we're moving up. So buyers are still in the market, but like I said, I'm not trading about what I think. I'm trading reactively. I see sellers are stepping in, right? I see sellers are stepping in, so I'm going to play accordingly. Maybe if I see this is also another safety net, like right here. This is beautiful too. Look, little to no effort on this red candle, big red candle. They took a lot of effort for buyers to come back in. They could not engulf this candle, right? The wicks are coming out the candle, but not the bar. The bar is still inside. The sellers are still consuming the green. Now, if I see something later, I might exit this trade, but I know sellers are here, so I'm going to stay into this trade and I'm going to take profit around here. And this will be about let's see, this will be I think it's like a 1 to 2. A 1 to 2, okay. Yeah. Um, I'm actually going to enter more on my position here because we did get that touch on that fair value gap. So I'm going to re-enter here, re-enter here, and I'm going to move my position to a more average price of where my price is. So realize my average, it moved down because I bought back at a different price, right? So I'm gonna put it here. It looks like we're trying to get that gap early. The gap fell early. So let's see how that works out. Now we got a green candle with little to no effort. This is bad. This shows that buyers could have entered back into the market. So let's see. Let's see if they enter back here and they start to move back up, or we get strong rejection here. And don't be fooled by this. This can definitely just wake up and go. And this can just be a retest, just like it did before, right? They just wake up and go. I want to see what really happens here. The next two candles will be crucial. So I know sellers are here. I'm going to let this play out, and we'll be back to see how this plays. And I do want to review this. If this trade fails, I'm going to take this into deep consideration about how the buyers are coming back into the market, right? Because yeah, this is very dangerous, but I'm going to stay into this play and see how this plays out.